September in Montana. Summer fades and grouse season awakens. Ruffed grouse in the creek bottoms, Duskies on the high ridges, spruce grouse buried deep in the timber. But it's not just about the birds. It's about the people you walk with, friends old and new, the quiet of the forest and the miles in between. The dogs lead the way, you breathe in the mountain air, hear the flush, and trust your swing. These are the days we wait for, the ones that stick. Out here, it's not about limits, it's about the adventure. And for us, this is where it all kicks off. This is forest grouse season in Montana. Call it a grouse tour if you want, but more than anything, it's an experience of upland proportions.
Expectations were pretty high, and getting to the spot and actually kind of getting to look at it, it changes everything. Like until you actually get there, you can look at it on Onyx and scroll through and look at the 3D and everything else, but until you actually get in the field, everything changes at that moment. And where the three of us were hunting, it was a cutting. Like there was blown down trees everywhere. It was a nightmare to get through, no wind at all, dry. And we got up there, and the dogs kind of started tracking a bit, and a bird went. Like, track, bird flushes. There it goes.
Damn. She tracked it and put it up. May's here. Good girl.
This was Maisie's first time truly hunting blue grouse or dusky grouse, and she kind of made her way up there, got real birdie, and then sure enough.
There's another one. They're right at the top of my list for favorite birds to chase. They're big, they're beautiful. They flush with surprising speed and agility going through the forest. The country that they live in, though, is pretty high. They kind of like those open parkland. It's that like knee-high golden grass that's out there you'll find in these meadows. Find these little pockets of trees that are out in those things or along the edge of the timber. When you put a dog on the ground, it changes the game with these birds. They're very used to trying to evade, fox, whatever the heck the case may be. And you put a dog on the ground and they get a lot more jumpy, flighty, they'll run a little bit. So you'll end up with a lot of dogs that are kind of pointing and tracking.
And getting, just that experience of watching her kind of like, this is a new terrain. We're going uphill, we're going downhill, we're climbing over stuff. All of a sudden that nose starts working and we're hunting birds. And now it doesn't matter what terrain, my nose is looking for that scent. So it's fun to watch a dog kind of click on a new species like these, and you get to watch it happen out here, which is kind of fun.
Now it's like, okay, we know that they're here, but without having any ability to, couldn't get around them. There was gonna be basically run and gun at that point. And hope that we can get a bird to flush out into the open. And as what they were doing is they were up on the highest points on this hill. And as soon as the dogs would even start to smell them, they could see us already, they could hear the dogs, and they were bailing off the cliff.
I mean, the whole day, we never pulled the trigger because that's kind of what we were running into. The wind set up, it was hot, short hunt, and it was a lot of ground scenting going on with the dogs. And, the opportunities didn't arise to get a clean shot, but we knew they were in that area. Yeah. That was the benefit of that.
They're not easy. I mean, it's a bird that you're gonna earn.
Our day one was drastically different. Easy walking. We did get into one brood of blues, and it was just that picture perfect situation. 100-yard across park, maybe even less. And Amos goes on point, stops, all right, game on. Crack the gun, go walk in, and looking around and I see one sitting on a stump.
That's usually the death nail for me. If I can see the bird, there's no way that bird's coming home with me.
And I think I said, like, I'm not gonna hit this thing. This is a bad situation. And I was expecting a ruffed grouse flush, right, not a Canada goose flushing out of the woods. Right. First blue I've shot ever. So high fives, petting the dog, good boy Amos, and head back after it.
We're walking back, and sure enough, Ben's got two right there on the tailgate and getting them all cleaned up. And, we're like, what? How did you knock them down? We saw, but sure enough, we actually saw more than they did. Ben just made a good shot on two. The next day, it's a long, long road to get to the spot that we were gonna blue grouse hunt. We had to park at the gate, no motorized vehicles, so we're taking a hike up. We're heeling our dogs the whole way, which, you know, can be a little bit of a bummer because a dog definitely wants to go.
The nice thing is that we're gonna be hiking through some really good ruffed grouse / spruce grouse habitat, and we're also kind of on that fringe of the blue grouse stuff.
Maisie, trying to get her to heel, and sure enough, she veers off to my left and pokes up the hill.
Nice shot.
You had a clear shot, you get it?
Good work.
Nice. Maze, bring it here, bring it here.
One of them took off the ground that we didn't see, and it was kind of flying through the trees, and I was able to take a nice big male, really cool feathers on him, really truly beautiful birds.
And then another one flushes while she's in there getting that one, and he shoots again and knocked another spruce grouse. So he was spruce grouse hunting that day. Tyler was spruce grouse hunting.
So one thing about the forest grouse limits here in Montana is that it's not species specific. You can shoot 3 forest grouse a day. So there's no individual limit for ruffed grouse and spruce grouse and blue grouse. It's a combination of the 3. I was actually a little bit disappointed with myself. I shot 2 spruce grouse there, and it kind of took away from the rest of my day's hunt because I was actually after blues. Spruce grouse are one of those birds that are they're not a target species for a lot of people. They're gonna be a bird of opportunity that you're gonna run into when you're chasing ruffed grouse or blue grouse. They're just kind of where you find them. And part of the thing that makes them not necessarily on the top of most people's list on a wing shooting adventure, let's say, is that it's really hard to actually get them on the wing. Their defense mechanism is to go from the ground to the closest limb that's out of the reach of whatever's trying to eat them.
They are difficult to pattern. They kind of live all over the spectrum, but if you can find young spruce trees, probably in that under 10-year-old range, that is your best bet to locate spruce grouse. Boy, Rusty. Get him? Nice.
And then right after that,
Hey, come here.
a ruff bust out of there.
That one just happened to swing out across the road, and I had an opportunity.
Well, you put a nice shot on it.
It was full speed when
Yeah.
it crossed that road, and
Heading
was
downhill.
It was dropping fast.
Yeah.
Little ruffs, little baby ruff.
It was a tiny little rough too.
And it was going down into that drainage full of crap that we were talking
Right.
about earlier
Yep.
that we were like, look at that,
Yep.
that's probably ruffed grouse habitat.
Yep.
I saw this cover on the right-hand side, and it kind of followed this drainage all the way up. And I was just itching to get in there, but we wanted to save the dogs because we had a long day ahead of us. Keep going this way. Perfect. You have your El Radio? We get to the kind of the head of this canyon, and we're gonna break the dogs loose. Amos bails off right into this beautiful little aspen patch, and it wasn't more than a minute, and bell stops. Game on. Kind of, you know, pushing your way through the aspens, and I see one running on the ground. And then I look up above me, and there's another one right up above me, and all of a sudden a third one. It's like, okay, this is awesome. Good boy here. Here we go. Young Ruffy. Literally broke the dogs away. And within 100 yards, locked out there. One on the ground, 2 in the trees. Good job, Amos. It was cool because you're in the mountains hunting a bird that I love so much. Now we're gonna go pitch up the hills and try to find us some blues. That's sprucies, ruffies, and see if we can knock number 3 off. Super fun. All right, Amos. Whoa. So after we get out of the aspens, it wasn't but 5 minutes later, Amos goes on point again. Walk up there, bird is in the tree, looking at us. Nope. Whoa.
And we both take a shot at it and whiff. The perfect ruffed grouse scenario, finds the pocket, gets out of there, we take shots, and no avail.
Well, this is certainly a target-rich environment.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is cool. Pretty much due east here.
Okay.
Take this ridge, then cut over.
Yeah, and then we'll just kind of work our way back here.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go get some more.
Yeah. Good job, Amos. Want a drink, Amos? Whoa.
It's different habitat, you know, on the way up than what we had done the first day.
You get to that ridge, work this ridge down, come back down through here, so cool place. Help! We hadn't seen much. It was a little slow. We were walking down the skid road and Amos started to get birdie in an area. He kind of went off.
One just flew off the road right up front here.
As we got closer, Maisie went up the edge. She took a hop in the cover, boom, bird goes up. There it goes. We both shoot at it to no avail, bird goes, but we were like, okay, let's see if we can follow. I think we know where this bird went. All of a sudden, boom, that bird jets out of a tree. There we go.
Right here. Out. Good girl, good girl.
Nate and I both, I think, were able to put a few pellets into it and got it, which was a fun blue grouse opportunity.
Just a female.
Heck yeah. You got.
Looking forward to tracking them.
Just hear that bell, stop, start, stop, start. Here's moving again. Whoa. So we had gotten into a little bit thicker cover. Amos was out there probably 100, 150 yards. Bell, stop, start, stop, starts. Cool. And at the time, I didn't realize that odds are the bird was probably in the tree. He didn't have him quite pinned down, so we get up there, we're looking around, you could see him kind of deflate a little bit, which means he doesn't have the bird pinned down. We're looking around, all of a sudden, boom. Got it.
Did you?
Yep.
Nice. Good girl, good girl.
What do we got? Hen pheasant?
Something like that, something like that. Good work, my man.
Nice.
There you go.
Young blue.
Couple of them in here.
Yeah, well.
Maisie was on point up there.
Yeah.
I took a couple steps and it busted. It was a nice male, but I couldn't get a clean look at it.
Oh.
And
Good boy, Amos.
he was down here, and the reason he was moving is because it kind of went off on him, and didn't it? And then he moved towards it.
Yeah, it's like he just couldn't
Lock it down.
Because then it was up in the tree, right?
Right.
So it was like, he was like, I
know it's here.
something here, but I'm not confident. And
Where exactly? Yep.
come here, Amos. Nice.
This hill's been a producer so far.
Yeah. We should put a waypoint here. I like this spot.
We were looking at it, it's about an 8-mile loop, and it's getting hot. So we're looking at the map, we're on Onyx, and we're taking a look, and we're like, all right, I think if we go up this hill, we can cut over the hill and get back to our path and kind of cut that circle, that loop that we were gonna do. We were kind of up top, and it was just absolutely incredible. It was beautiful. We had, almost fall colors going through there, which was just awesome to see. It's hunting season, but it's not quite fall yet, so you like seeing those colors, and it's just beautiful. Kind of made our way back down to where we started, and we're like, well, that looked like real good ruffed grouse. Let's push through it.
Oi. Whoa. I'm just gonna go around this way. Amos, what you got?
Is he on again? It was kind of chaos in there for a minute.
What you got?
Oh, there was another one. May's, oh, she was on point with it.
Whoa.
May's here.
Right there, coming at you.
May's here.
You get him?
I think so. May's here. Fetch it up. Fetch it up.
Come here, bud.
Oh, there it is. Good girl. Right here. Bring it here. Bring it here. Out. Out.
Another young ruffed grouse here, down in the bottoms. Put up a few. What was there? 3? There's probably 3 or 4 that came up out of here. Amos was on point. I just heard Ben shoot. So we'll see if we got another one, but another Montana grouse checked off the list here. So we'll see if we can find some more.
So the nice thing about ruffed grouse in western states is there is a very specific habitat that they like to live in. It pretty much starts and ends with moisture. You need, for the most part, a water supply. It gets that nice thick vegetation that ruffed grouse really prefer. It's easy to find it. You look on a topo map, you find these drainages leading to water sources. Then the cover is going to be thick and nasty, things that ruffed grouse love. With a caveat is they prefer lower elevations than a spruce grouse, a blue grouse. I mean, under 3,000 feet, that's kind of their preferred elevation range. I'm just going to go around this way.
Whoa.
Whoa. He's more intense now.
Nice shot. You got it on the second one. Nice shot. That's a mature one. Fetch it up. Fetch it up.
What nice.
Oh, yeah. Got him.
That was pretty good in terms of like the number, I mean, for what we've walked and how many birds we've put up, it's like, seems like every 100 yards there's a bird.
This little drainage for ruffs, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
No, that was a good one. You just pulled Amos off the side there and you just sent him in. You're like, Amos, go to the other side. And he goes in and everything stops. And you're like, oh, he's on point already.
Sweet.
Nice.
That's
Nice mature bird.
number 3.
That's your limit for the day?
That's my limit.
Oh yeah. Good work.
Good job, Amos.
The night before, we're talking about what we're gonna do. We know we wanna go after blues.
I want to get the blue grouse. That's what I drive out here for. And on that second day, I kind of messed up a little bit by shooting the second spruce grouse. It was just a little bit too tempting. Couldn't help myself. First hunt of the year, all that kind of stuff. But we finally did get up into the blue grouse habitat. I had the opportunity that I was looking for. And I was able to take one blue grouse out of there. I had a really nice piece of dog work. I got a great retrieve from Rusty. When they're almost 11 years old, he's going to be 11 on this trip. All those retrieves start to get a little bit more special. And when you get a bird like that, getting retrieved by that dog in a place that was that spectacularly beautiful, it was a pretty cool hunt. Good boy, fetch it up. Good boy, here. Here, here, here. Here, here, here. Good boy. Here. Whoa, hey. Whoa. 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 And now I kind of had a little bit of an idea of how to approach this particular spot.
You know, that wind wasn't right the first time, and the wind was coming out a different direction this time, and we're like, oh, let's try this differently.
This morning I put my short hair bow down. We ran her with Nate's dog, Maisie, and wasn't very far out of the pickup that we started getting kind of those tracky situations where a dog was kind of, you know, they'd be moving a little bit. They were interested in something. They were ground scenting where there'd been some birds that morning. Yeah. Must have been some scent in there from last night.
We're going right into the wind now.
Right.
So
I wonder if we...
I think if we stay kind of where we are, that, you know, maybe you and I, if we can keep the dogs over,
Yeah.
but you and I come this way,
Yeah.
we'll have a better opportunity. I don't know if they'll be up that hill necessarily, but the wind would be perfect for us going that way.
Just letting Bo work that.
Yeah.
Be ready.
Fetch it up, fetch it up. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Right here. Out, good girl. Good job, pupper. Good girl. Good job.
Great shot, beautiful bird. Got a nice retrieve out of it off his dog. And we didn't go another 100 yards. And Bo and Maisie both went on point.
Oh, there goes one. He was on point. Come this way, Tyler. There might be more.
Yeah, Bo standing there. Whoa!
Fetch it up, fetch it up. Fetch.
The whole time I'm stuck in the trees down below, not able to get there at all. But I hear it was beautiful.
Out, out. Good girl, good girl. Good job, pupper. Good girl. All right, let's go, hunt him up.
So it was just a really cool experience to be able to harvest all 3 of the mountain species of grouse here. Just such different habitats, diverse habitats that are all connected. I mean, we shot blues, we shot spruce grouse and ruffed grouse all in the same watch, which was like just icing on the cake. It was such a cool experience.
Beautiful place. It looks like postcard Montana.
It does.
And that's one of the coolest things about coming out here into Western Montana is that. Like, I come out here as much for that as I do for the bird.
So just a fantastic opportunity to be able to come out in the mountains and enjoy hunting all 3 of those species.